It looks like my counterpart, also named LARP Theory, uploaded, finally, after many years, a second theory. Round of applause. Enough, enough of this. But at the same time, my impression of this is that it's a nerd crying cause level is hard. Womp womp. Why would you cry? Well, there's a very specific reason to do that. You always ask yourself, why? Why would you be doing this? Why would you be LARPing when I am a perfectly good LARPer? You know? You didn't have to upload a second. Never mind. I'm not that salty, okay? This video is bad, and people who like it are certain type of individuals. We can disregard the whole thing. It's actually quite a nice distraction. This makes a lot of sense, actually. Wow. Yeah, bro is just saying things at this point. Alright, let me play a certain clip, and you make sense of it. You guys go ahead and try and make sense of this. Because it goes into nonsense realm really fast. Kinda reminds me when I get mad at a game, and I call it the social experiment to torture little NPCs. But then it includes me if I want to play the dumbass Hearthstone game sometimes. Sometimes it works, often it doesn't work, and it's just very painful. So I feel the pain. I understand what happens when the game becomes painful, but I understand it on a much higher scale. Because it wasn't just the game, it's people's reactions to the game. There's still, like, gonna be more haters who just gonna tell you not to play the game anymore. And it's like, well, I enjoy card games, and there's no better card game right now, so... Or they just hate your presentation because you're whining because the game is just so annoying. Bro took a different approach, I guess, and he started, like, interpreting the game differently. But that's just kind of like trying to insult the game in an artistic way. It's not a theory, though. It's not a theory, guys. I'm pretty sure it's just the guy frustrated. So let's hear the, it makes a lot of sense sentences, because I wasn't able to find one, but I might be able to give it to you, and you can interpret it for me. You can translate it for me. You can explain what the theory actually was.
Literally breaking
Yeah?
down in front of it. The spikes aren't there because the developer wanted to kill you. The spikes are there because the data is fractured. You aren't jumping because you have skill. You're jumping because your data pack is fighting against corruption, trying to jump over the static.
You are jumping what?
In front of it there because
You're
the
playing?
data is
What?
fractured. You aren't jumping because you have skill.
You're jumping.
You're jumping because your data
You're jumping not because you have skill anymore.
pack.
You know, the moment you are disrespecting skill in games is, yeah, you're losing it. You're losing it now. That's not skill. It doesn't require skill. It requires a corrupted data pack.
Is fighting against corruption, trying to jump over the static.
Try to jump over the static. I mean, I asked Interanal what jumping over the static means. Cut through the noise. It seems the answer. Getting past the noise. Distractions. You know what will clear our heads? Past all of this, noise. I have a perfect solution. Hello, internet, and so long, nerds. I actually have a theory that Technoblade simply just didn't want it to play Minecraft anymore. That at some point Minecraft becomes Ragebait because it's too hard to actually hone your skills and keep up with the rest. Because you're not competing against one person. Technoblade had to be killing nerd after nerd, meaning that he's fighting two at a time, at very least. And at some point, those other two are gonna rise in power level to the point where it's worthless. It's pointless to try and outcompete them, combining their forces against you. And all of a sudden, ripping into your weaknesses and finding a way to defeat you anyways, despite you being like regarded as the best. So it's almost like a perfect strategy to just leave the game, violently leave the game. Like if you don't want to play Minecraft, but you are Technoblade, what do? You got rage baited into playing Minecraft, but shit, I don't want to. Now, you could die too. But I like to have uplifting theories, actually. So in my universe, Technoblade ain't dead. He's just a different person now. You know, maybe not. I mean, misinformation, misinterpretation. We don't need that. But to add a little bit more juice from the theory that Technoblade is alive, sometimes life happens. Not death, not cancer, but sometimes life happens and you want to move on. Just like MatPat moved on to care for his family and whatever he has else in mind to enjoy freedom. You could say the same thing if you have the duty to go through college, but you're torn between having a YouTube channel that has no future because you have to play Minecraft all the time and you don't like playing Minecraft to some extent. This is what frustration turns into. Eventually, it keeps evolving into crazier and crazier things. Yes, you could just like nicely quit your YouTube channel, and you can just stop playing the game if nobody sees you play it. I am fascinated though by just when games are raising difficulty and it feels like you just have to complete it.
If you're a game designer, why would you design a level that's literally impossible for 99.9% of the player base to beat? It just makes no sense, man. But
It makes sense when you say rage bait. Oh, I bet you can't complete this level. And it's like, well, if it's not impossible, I'll just pick up all the skills and complete the level. The problem, again, becomes why would you play this? This doesn't look fun. You can always switch the game, right? You're not locked in, but sometimes people would be locked in. Sometimes popularity gets in the way of any kind. The game is popular or your YouTube channel is popular. Slowly, you're signing up a contract that you want to beat every level. I would say, just like with Hearthstone, you need to take a break. You need to find different game to play. You know, what the generation above, because we're older, we're just above you if you are a younger generation, alright? Deal with it. You know what we played instead of Geometry Dash? This bad boy right there. Trackmania. What, you need music on top of that? You need to be able to play it on your phone? Oh, that's too bad, buddy. That's too bad. Grow up. Get a pair of PCs, and you get to play this now. If you want to play a precision game where every single move matters or turns into a horrible mistake, this is way more satisfying. You have to get off your tiny little devices and upgrade to a bigger device to be able to enjoy a bigger experience. That's it. And yes, Trackmania has been like pilot trash when it first started, maybe, but it has evolved over time. Just like you guys of the new generation, Trackmania also transferred itself to a new generation. It has been perfected. So instead of making salty theories that warps your brain because the game is too hard, I mean, there's demon level. It's called demon level for a reason, guys.
darn game, making you click the screen hours and hours just to beat a stupid level.
Again, he's clearly not enjoying it, and maybe he needed encouragement to say that, well, it's Trackmania. Trackmania is your solution to this. But the problem is, I can't write comments. I can't save him anymore. Oh, look at that. Immediately backfired. What's that? Banning me instantly backfired? Oh, shit. How did that happen, boys? Because you're idiots and you're making dumb decisions. Alright, and someone has to slap you in the face and be like, well, you can make a better decision right now, my guy. But I guess you don't like getting slapped in the face. That's too bad. It's not like I enjoy slapping people in the face. I don't get rewarded for that shit. I still haven't been rewarded for all my efforts on just existing on YouTube. Alright, not a single dollar, not a single cent. Just clouds of haters passing by and ruining my day every now and then, alright?
So many times. It's like hell.
So now I understand what the intro actually was trying to say, because now I decoded the video, finally. You don't actually have to try and understand what he's talking about, he's just frustrated.
But at the end of the day, it's just a silly little mobile game. I mean, from hell. But I've been playing this game for hundreds of hours, and
that's another problem. Investment. You become biased because you invest so much time. Yes, it's also known as sunk cost fallacy, but it's nicer word to use bias. Because you're making bad decisions when you're biased. Sunk cost fallacy sounds like trash
the levels
to
are
me.
built. None of it makes sense. The way the levels are built, none of it makes sense if you look at it as a game. But
if you look at it as a torture device, it suddenly starts making sense, doesn't it?
As a dying hard drive.
Dying hard drive. My best interpretation of what a dying hard drive feels like is, first, you're not playing it on a hard drive. You're not playing this on PC. You have a dying hard drive that wants to have a game inside that you play, instead of you just being on your phone. That's how I interpret dying hard drive. I mean, he's right. He's so right, guys.
Bear with me. Let's talk about demon levels. The ones where you have to click 60 times a second to survive. Problem for 99.
So that's the problem that he was trying to solve, right? The frustration of, like, why do these levels even exist? This makes no sense.
To beat. It just makes no sense, man.
No one can beat that one.
If Cube is a data pack, it makes all the sense.
Oh, if Cube is a data pack, I'll have to leave you to it, unfortunately. Or is it the digital horror story? Fighting to survive. Maybe corrupted hard drive would mean like a corrupted game developer, but I mean, it makes sense to some extent. Like, the game developer has to drag you into another difficult experience, has to keep on adding more features, more portals. And you, as the sentient, any name here works, alright? I don't think data packet means anything. You're fighting to survive. You're fighting to keep holding on to your favorite game. But hey, that's just a theory. And my LARP theory is way better. Wait, please subscribe! Ah!